Hi, it's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table. Today we are celebrating our friend from down under, Mel, who has reached her 1,000 subscriber hop. So congratulations, Mel. I'm really happy for you. You've worked really hard to get there. And it's as if Mel was reading my mind because she said, just scrapbook whatever you want, whatever pictures you want, whatever supplies you want. She didn't give us a challenge or a recipe. And just a couple days before she sent out that information, I was thinking about when I finally hit 1,000 subscribers, what would I do? What kind of celebration hop would I organize? And I had decided I'm just going to tell people to scrapbook whatever they want. I'm not coming up with something. And so she read my mind, and that's what she has challenged us to do. So here's what I'm going to work on. I have a picture, and I'm sad that it doesn't include the 5th mug. There's a story behind these 5 mugs that I'll tell as I do the scrapbooking. But I will write out what the mug said and why it matters. But that's the photo I'm going to use. I don't often do one photo layouts, but I want to tell the story, so that's what I'm going to do. I have this little bear that's from a swap from Ginger's Corner by Linda Jean, so thank you. And then I went through my box of Christmas and winter stuff. I have, basically it's a pizza box, and that's where I put anything related to winter or Christmas or New Year's. And I just went through and pulled some things that I thought would work. What I wanted to do was focus on the red and the teal, and then I'll use some black. And I think that will work. And so when I looked through my box, I pulled out black cardstock, and this whitish wood grain was in the Christmas box as well. And I thought that's what I'm going to build on. I found this red paper and this teal scrap, and I think I have another one about the same, or aqua. I don't know the difference. I'm sorry, I'm not a color person. And then I saw this Simple Stories sticker sheet. It was from Classic Christmas from 2016, so almost a decade ago. This one is Simple Vintage North Pole, and I think I can make all of these work together to tell the story behind the mugs. So I'm going to go ahead, cut some things apart, make a few decisions, and I'll be back. The first thing I did was get the black paper and then add that blue color. And now on top of that, I'm going to put this white wood grain. And I see Dorothy Guinan around the edges, or around the corners of the smaller piece of paper sometimes. So I decided I would do that as well. This didn't seem to be fitting, but then I double checked again and it was fine. It's hard to see the blue paper on camera, but it's there. And I'm not sure why I didn't get that. I easily could have, and maybe could have used some in the layout, but I didn't think of it. So I thought I was going to use that red title, and I end up not using the red title. It was just enough different from the red that's there that it bugged me. And so it gets put away for another day. So I've matted the photo on white and black. And I'm going to build a shelf here, or like an L-shaped place for my photo. And I wanted to create some layers. I wish I had done them a little less, like, perfectly. I wish I had had some more random pieces in there. I would have been happier with the end result. But I'll do that another day. So now I'm cutting that red. And again, I just cut a small piece and stretch it behind. There's no need for it to go the whole way, especially when that piece is all I have of that and I may need it for something else. There we go. So the 5 mugs. I'll just read you my journaling. It says, the day after Christmas, I went to Joann's to look for bargains. I came across a display of Christmas mugs, and there was a mug that suited each of us, so I snatched them up at 80% off. Dan's says, I'm really more of a Christmas morning person, and that is very true. Kayla's, my daughter-in-law, says, I love a man with a beard. My son has a beard. Emily, my daughter, I really need a silent night. Well, Emily is a night owl, and she loves the quiet late at night. Mine just says a little holiday spirit. That's the only one that was left that kind of fit me. So anyhow. And then my son says, look at me being all festive, which is actually something that he has said. So it was kind of funny. And I brought them home and everybody was laughing about our perfect mugs for each of our personalities. So that's why I wanted to tell the mug story. And see here, I'm still trying to get that Christmas title to work. And it just did not. So I fiddled around with this for quite a bit. And then when I actually glued things, I had it the way I wanted it. Then when I actually glued things down, I forgot about the journaling on the left and glued it down too close. So then I am going to back this little bear with some fun foam so I can pop him up a little bit. I ended up having to lift off everything, and I split that snowman paper so that I could have it go almost the whole way across the page and left some room on the left for my typed journaling. I really like typed journaling. I need to do it more often. I have a Chromebook that I keep on my scrapbook table, and for some reason I cannot get it to connect to my Good printer. It connects to our everyday printer, but I don't like to print journaling with that because the ink is not very stable. So I need to figure out how to make that work. It would just be more convenient if I could just type on my Chromebook and hit print and it was all right here together. But that is really a first world problem. So I will make it work until I figure something out. It's not a big deal. So instead of that Christmas title that I had, this was part of a pocket card, and it just says Merry, 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 and that's what I'm going to put up top. And I also use a little piece that says Be Jolly. Here's the Be Jolly. That's going to go up there. The title ends up there as well. It fits nicely in that little blue space. I thought about adding the Christmas ornament, but it was just a little bit the wrong color. And then I go through here and I pull some word phrases. This one says, let's see, what does that say? Photo opportunity. And here now I have stretched everything out so that I have room for my journaling. The bear is going to go right there. He's so cute. I needed to cut out a little bit of the fun foam so he can overlap that without looking too bulky. Then I wanted to use this sticker strip from this Simple Stories sticker sheet. I just send it right across there. Makes a nice base for everything. And I really ended up with more of a horizontal design instead of an L shape that I had planned. But that's okay. It was refreshing and fun to just do a page and not be trying to, use a sketch or scrap lift, or I was just creating, and that was really fun to do today. And I had hoped to do this as Christmas in July, but I missed Christmas in July, so I decided I would just do it for Mel's celebration. Speaking of, in the description box below, I will have a link to Mel's YouTube channel as well as her Facebook group, so that you can visit her. And I will also try to put a link to the playlist. I'm having trouble accessing the playlist right now, but by the time this comes around and is going to go live, that should be fixed. I decided I wanted to cover up the dining room table that was showing there with just some stickers from the sticker sheet. And since it was, a homey picture, I decided I would put these homes stickers on there. Now I'm going to, I thought of adding this little arrow, but it just didn't fit quite right. But there are little tiny gold and white snowflakes stickers, cardboard stickers on there, so I guess chipboard stickers. So I decided to add a scattering of those all around. And then I think after that, I do write below the journaling at the bottom. I think you can see it there. I wrote coffee 3, tea 2, kind of like keeping score, because 3 of us much prefer coffee and 2 of us much prefer tea. And I put the date down there as well, Christmas 2024. Now I'm adding those little snowflakes. And then at the very end, I decided I need some gold splatter. So I got my gold splatter out, and I even took the time to dig out my splatter box. Here we go. This is Liquitex Gold. And I like to put it on a block and then use a brush to flick it. Even though I had the box, I ended up with gold splatter everywhere. I still have to clean my glass mat, which I just did a week or so ago. But I'm going to have to get the razor blade out and really get that gold paint off there because it is stuck. I even got it on the keyboard of my Chromebook and the screen of my Chromebook. I did clean that up. But yeah, gold went everywhere. Maybe I should go outside to do splatter in the future. I'm not sure. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here, you watching. I love it when you leave me comments. And I hope you'll go and check out Mel's channel and the others who are celebrating with her today. She is so fun. She's very talented, and I love her ideas. So congratulations, Mel. I'm really happy for you. Here's the still shots. Thanks again for being here, and I hope you get to scrapbook something very soon. Bye-bye.